I'm gonna fix this a little bit. Okay, a little bit. I don't want to be out of the frame. Oh my God. Give me a second, guys. I mean, this is like, it's how you do like unedited video. All right, I think that might be okay. This is Richard Nikoley, freetheanimal.com. And I look goofy, don't I? Glasses. This is my glasses for the computer screens. Turns out I have like 20/20 fucking vision, 3 feet away and above. 3 feet or more. I had it tested like 2 years ago. So it was still the same, and I have my mother's eyes. She's like 81, and I think she still only wears readers, right? So, but I used to. So I never wear glasses. Not in my life. No contacts. Anything. But turns out that for close up, I need the readers, just the reader glasses. For computer distance, these are prescription computer glasses. I don't, it's designed to be just that far away. So that's what I'm reading now, because the camera, what I'm talking to you with, and this is my workstation behind me. That's how I work here in Thailand. I just, some reason I had a desire to do a kind of a heart-to-heart video. Thinking about it a bit, at least for a few hours. So, I do this blogging. I'm kind of thinking about making more videos. So that's kind of, it's like, how can I do with it? Ad lib. I don't script anything. I don't do anything. I hit the thing, I record it, there's no editing. I just talk about it. So one thing is what has become of the world in the last couple of years? It's remarkable to me. I wonder what a young person thinks, who never experienced the 60s, 70s, or 80s. 80s was my favorite decade. I was born in 61. So the 1980s were my 20-something to 30-something, right? I loved the 80s. I was wild ass, and half of it I was in college, and the other half I was living in Japan and traveling all over Asia, where I now live 30 years later. What do you make of that? I love it. I could do a ton of videos on how cool is Thailand. I could do a ton of videos on how cool is the Philippines. I could do a ton of videos on how cool is Japan. I could do a ton of videos on how cool is Korea. I lived in Japan, and I live in Thailand now for the last 2.5 years. But I visited Philippines 50 times, and I visited Korea maybe 15-ish, and I've been to many other places: Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore, one of my favorite cities, Hong Kong. I loved Hong Kong so much that when I lived in Japan, I flew my parents out at my own expense to first for a week in Japan and then for a week in Hong Kong. So they came to Japan. We spent a week there. We flew to Hong Kong, spent a week there, and then really kind of weird. We're on the same plane, Singapore to Japan, and then I have to get off. They stay on, or I don't know. But anyway, that's where we split up. And my mother, 81 years old, still talks about Hong Kong, how much she loved. My mother is a kind of a lover of cultures. Really, she's a lover of cultures, number one, and a people watcher, number two. Right? She really gets into how other people act and behave, and I think that's why over my life I can tell her anything, right? And she's not offensive, she's not judgmental. I mean, perfect mom, right? So isn't it ridiculous? I'm 61 years old and I can still call my mom up and talk to her about anything. I did the other night. We don't talk that much, but it was really cool. And it's late here. It is 4:45 on the 4th of July, which is American Independence Day. And you guys in America aren't even up yet. Well, it's almost done for us, but they don't celebrate the 4th of July in Thailand, right? And it's a rainy day. I don't even know if I can go out and meet up with some friends. And as I mentioned, one of my newest friends, he's still here, is Russell Hans of see, I don't want my computer to go off because that's my workstation stuff. Come on, guys. There we go. See, if you do it within a few seconds, you don't have to re-enter your password if you have one. But probably should, all those people coming in to steal your stuff in the middle of the night. I leave my doors open here. Always. Same as I did in Japan for 5 years. I'd leave my house for 3 months going to sea, or, typically a month, 2, 3, but no matter what, I didn't lock my doors to my house for 2 or 3 months, because it's Japan. Right. The other thing is for locks are for people who respect locks. It's kind of silly and stupid, right? It's like a lot of things we live with, where we pay all this money to all these corporations who try to scare us, right? For nothing we can defend against anyway, right? If you go away and you lock your doors, you put all the locks on your doors, someone who doesn't respect locks or laws gets in anyway. It's a joke. It's a joke. And here I go ranting. So even with COVID over the last couple of years, it's only shown how, what a joke most people are. How do you describe it anyway other than a joke, an abject joke? Most humans. Really. I'd love for every human to be a smart, wonderful person. It's unfortunately not true. What have we seen over the last years? I mean, I don't want to get into it. I'm not going to list it. You know it. If you're a smart person. And what do you think? Well, let me ask you this. What if you were God? Absolute power, God. For 1 hour. What would you do? Think about it. After all you've seen in the last 2 years, what would you do? Really? What would you do? I know what I do, but I won't say it. What else? So, I'm thinking about doing these videos, and my friend Russell Hance, who's, you should watch the video. It's 50 minutes of us sitting having lunch. I mean, I'll link it in this. I mean, really, why not? I think it's entertaining. My problem is, I critique myself when I watched it, is like, I say, right, way too much. All right, way too much, right? So, I'm gonna have to curtail that. But Russell has, he's become kind of, you know, I don't like to, like, you know, I know it's name dropping because he's a star on 4 episodes of Survivor, which is the most popular TV show of all time. And he's played it 3 times US and 1 time Australia, which is, you know, it's not the same things, not same ratings, just to be clear. But I've observed Russell, you know, beyond the video we did. I've observed him in bars, and I've observed him talking to girls, young chicks. He's 49, and he's talking to chicks in the 20-year range, and I'm 60, and I talk to chicks in the 20-year range. And sorry, when I drink, I get a little bit of heartburn or, you know, reflux. So that's why I go like this and stuff, shake my head, shake it off, right? But I kind of like to do these videos when I'm a little bit inebriated, not wild ass drunk, because then I say whatever I want. I don't have any filters or anything. And for this first one, I'm doing it in the backdrop of how I work. So you can see it's not like, I'm not like working from a phone or an iPad. I have a ton of browser tabs up and all of that. And I'm editing 2 posts right now. And I thought, why don't I fucking do a video? So, shit, what else? The last 2 years has been remarkable, and the fallout is crazy. The fallout is going to go for years. For years. Just because people didn't like Trump's mean tweets. Basically, right? And then there's the whole woke and LGBTQ plus, is it now? You can't keep up, right? But you know, I should say this. If we're talking a little bit politics, right? So, well, you know, how about judiciary? Well, politics is elected, so that's the president and the Congress and the Senate. But if we're talking other branches of judiciary, wherein they are appointed, so I've got to do a tiny mea culpa here, because I have thought the Supreme Court worthless for a long, long time. And now I'm almost gobsmacked at what they're doing. All right, we're at 15 minutes. Maybe I'll do these just more often and just sit here, or I'll go to Nyharn Beach and do one in the background. But I'm always going to ad-lib it. Right, it's never gonna be scripted, not even any notes. I'm just gonna talk off what the top of my head is. Tell me if you like it or you hate it. Tell me what you think I could do better, whatever. Because I kinda want to get the YouTube part of this monetized, but I'll always do a companion blog post, because the blog, freetheanimal.com, is the background and true and foundational gig, and that's what I'll always do. So I have two ways to do this and maybe make a sustainable income from it. So subscribe, watch it, share it, all that stuff, so I can get it up and up into monetization, where YouTube pays me to do these. I mean, how amazing would that be? And then, you know, I have this, the blog is subscriber, freetheanimal.com. There's free level, $5 or $6 a month, or $50 a year, which is 30% discount. All right, thank you.